No.
Martin Scorsese is making a Jerry Garcia movie. And he cast Jonah Hill to play Jerry Garcia.
Okay.
This is bad news, though, for skinny Jonah Hill. You know, Jonah Hill is famously had a hard time kind of, you know, he goes back and forth, and he also gets very upset when people give him a hard time about his weight.
Right.
Which he should. It's not their business. But you can find no shortage of pictures of fat Jonah, skinny Jonah. So maybe he just said, screw it. I'll play Jerry Garcia.
It's a good role. It's worth it. And does he get credit for getting skinny and then losing weight and then gaining weight to play this role?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe it will. Again, I don't know how much of the Jerry Garcia story it tells. So maybe he starts thin and then progressively gains weight. Jerry Garcia was the fattest heroin addict anyone knew, by the way. So I'm not sure how the Jonah Hill thing will play. I'm really, really trying to warm up to Jonah Hill.
I really like him.
I really am.
I think he's very good.
Because I like him more in dramas, and I know he wants to be funny. I just don't like him in funny stuff. I like him in dramas. I like him in Wolf of Wall Street and Moneyball.
But he's very funny in Wolf of Wall Street. His character is
maybe
very funny.
Well, maybe that's what I need then. Maybe I need him to be the comic relief and not... I don't know. Whatever. It's okay. I'll text him. We'll figure it out. We'll work it out. We're tight. Yeah. So Jerry Garcia, you know, the Grateful Dead got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a year before Jerry Garcia died. They got inducted in 94. He wanted nothing to do with it. He's like, screw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So all the other guys were there, like Kreutzmann and Bob Weir, and all the other guys were there. Mickey Hart. I think they had a cardboard, it's probably on YouTube, they had a cardboard cutout of Jerry Garcia on stage. Bruce Hornsby, who tours with Dead & Company now, inducted them. But Jerry Garcia had a heart attack in rehab, and that's where he died. And he was young, he was 53. But that happened a year after they got inducted into the Rock Hall. So Martin Scorsese is directing a Grateful Dead movie for Apple. And Jonah Hill is going to play Jerry Garcia. I always thought Jerry Garcia... For some reason, I could never put his voice with his face. He looked like his voice would be lower, rather than that high register that Grateful Dead songs are sung in.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know.
I mean, he always looked to me like a guy who would just, I don't know, have a different voice.
More of a Barry White type voice?
Well, maybe not that deep, but so the other guys in the Grateful Dead are fully on board with all this. They all have executive producer credits on it, you know, Phil Lesh and Bob Weir and all these guys. So they got Jonah Hill to play Jerry Garcia, and everybody else is participating because Jerry's not around to put a stick in the spokes anymore. So I guess the movie's going to cover quite a bit. The beginning of the group all the way to Jerry Garcia dying.
They could always CGI John Mayer for a cameo, make him look older, right?
What, like Dead & Company?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was Scorsese did a Grateful Dead documentary a few years ago, so he's a big fan. But they were it was headline news that Jonah Hill is going to play Jerry Garcia. So anyway, Apple is cranking out a lot of movies.
Oh yeah,
a lot of movies. They're cranking out some new thing with Will Smith.
I haven't watched any of them yet, though. I've watched some of their series, but I haven't watched any of their movies.
Man, the series, I'm watching 2 sci-fi shows they've got. Boy, are they slow. They are. I'm like, you guys are spending a lot of... Who's that?
That was Siri.
I'm like, you guys are spending a lot of money on these shows. You could probably make fewer episodes of them. They got one called Foundation that's an old Isaac Asimov book, series of books that I'm watching. And then they have another one called Invasion that I think I'm going to bail on because it's so slow. Like, if it's an alien invasion, like, give me some aliens, man.
Invasion.
It doesn't have to be Independence Day, but I don't need deep dive character studies on the people who are running for their lives. Give me something.
some senseless violence. Come on.
So far, the morning show over there is the only thing that I'm consistently watching.
That and Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Ted Lasso.
I tried to watch the Joseph Gordon-Levitt show, and I completely forgot about that.
So that already got canceled.
I made like 2 episodes. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this is.
No, not for me.
I watched that Schmigadoon.
Nope.
Garbage.
Not for me.
It was not good.
I don't like musicals, and the whole thing's a musical, but I like everybody in it. But I was like, I'll give it a try.
I gave it a try, and I was like, well, now it's just, there's only like 6 episodes, and they're not that long, so I'm just going to get through this. But it was not great. But the one saving grace of that is Alan Cumming is in that show, and he's got a mustache that's similar to our program director, Jason's.
Oh, yeah, he's doing the curly Van Dyke right now. Yeah. Alan, well, where's that text? Because I want to get it right. About the Guardian sign almost falling on Bill. About the Guardian sign almost killing Bill Squire this morning. Mm-hmm. What if a girder had fallen on someone's dirter?
They killed my dirter with the girder.
It would have been a girder murder in that case. Oh, no. That's terrible.
Oh, man.
Alan, there was already a Jimmy Hoffa movie. Yeah, I know. Jack Nicholson. Early 90s.
It's just called Hoffa, right?
It's just called Hoffa. Yeah. Yeah, no, Jimmy Hoffa was a character in The Irishman. They were really trying to connect a lot of threads in The Irishman.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is the last time you're ever going to see all... It was like a superhero movie, kind of.
They were trying to do like the Avengers of Scorsese movies.
That's right, yes. It was Irishman Endgame is what it was. Yes. They're like Joe Pesci, they got him out of the house. De Niro, Pacino, yeah. But, they put a big prosthetic nose on Jack Nicholson in the early 90s and did the Hoffa movie there. And I remember it well because... There were plenty of copies on the shelves at my Blockbuster Video.
And that one didn't really take off?
Well, it did. But
I never saw it.
It was a hit, I think, at the time. But it was one of those titles at Blockbuster that we just kept on the shelves forever. Forever.
What's that new one that's also got like an all-star cast that's Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Don't Look Up.
Adam McKay movie, yeah.
Yeah,
for
Netflix.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Jerry Garcia was the fattest heroin addict until Artie Lang.
Fair.
He was a heroin addict?
I guess so. Who?
Jerry Garcia?
Coke and heroin, yeah.
Wow.
He had a heart attack in rehab. That's where he died.
Huh.
Yeah.
We hardly knew him. Seriously, I can name like 2 songs from the Grateful Dead. Do they deserve a movie? Well, probably no more than Motley Crue deserves one.
That's not true. Movie?
Yeah.
Well, I think there have been. I'm sure this isn't the first fiction. This can't be the first fictionalized version of the Grateful Dead. I mean, they've been around since the friggin' 60s. But, all these names attached to it. Casey Jones is the one I always default to, just because I think it's kind of bouncy. And then there's Sugar Magnolia. There's Shakedown Street. Touch of Grey was kind of like their 80s.
I remember that.
Comebacky kind of song,
That was them?
Yeah, Touch of Grey was the Grateful Dead.
I will get by.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a good song. I just heard it. I heard it on the radio like a couple weeks ago. And I went to change the channel, and I was like, no, this is a pretty good song. I don't mind it. My mind just collapsed onto itself.
that really was a lot, huh?
This would have been 86, 87, right?
Yeah, I don't know any of their music, really.
You don't know any of it, yeah.
Oh, my God, this...
87, yeah, it was on the In the Dark.
Yeah. Same song.
I know the train song that you're playing.
The what?
The Riding the Train, whatever.
Oh, Casey Jones, High on Cocaine, yeah.
See, I didn't know that song was called Casey. What do I know?
I don't know. Apparently Friend of the Devil? Scarlet Begonias?
Shout at the Devil? Love that one. Grateful Dead rules.
Truckin'.
Oh, all right. I guess I do know more than...
Street, right?
Well, for as many times as I've seen that logo on a T-shirt, I should know way more songs, right?
Let's play a game called Make Grateful Dead Fans Pull Their Hair Out.
Love it.
By how little we know about the...
left.
By how little we know about the Grateful Dead. Truckin', blah ba doo ba.
And I only know that because Tesla did it on the acoustic album.
Okay. Truckin'.
Wow, I'm a poser.
Friend of the devil. If you're a friend of the devil, you're a friend of mine. I think that's how it goes. Right? Friend of the devil, you're a friend of mine. The devil is my friend, and my friends and my enemies get together, and we talk to the devil. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think that's exactly how it goes.
Oh, well, he'll tell us. It sounds like friggin' Simon and Garfunkel. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
So this is the band that people will die on the hill for.
Well, it was very much timing. Yeah, it was the 60s, man. Yeah. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. And then there's Sugar Magnolia. Do you know Sugar Magnolia? Yeah, I bet you do. It's all getting high music. You buy your first drug rug in college, wear it around a little bit. And... Sugar Magnolia, blossoms blooming, heads all empty. And a lot of people, you know, these names are also, all the millions of dead cover bands would take one of the songs' names. So they're like, come down and see Uncle John's Band, the best hits of the dead. What about Good Lovin'? But you got to be high to dig on this, don't you? You got to. Right? Back in the day, you had to be like just chugging brown acid to Fire on the Mountain. I mean, is this really a band that requires 2 drummers? With all due respect.
Is it a band that requires such a sweet name, man? Throw them in the pile with, like, Slaughter and Smashing Pumpkins, where they're bands whose names would suggest... Savage Garden, another one who's...
That's a good name?
Savage it sounds like it'd be a lot heavier than what they ended up being.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Same thing with Smashing Pumpkins, same thing with Slaughter. These are great band names wasted on kind of pussy bands.
Wow. All right. Well, anyway, this has been making Grateful Dead fans pull their hair out on the Alan Cox Show with our lack of knowledge, very, very limited knowledge of the band. I got $1,000 here for you. That'll make you feel a little bit better. Nice consolation. $1,000 to go fund yourself. Today's the last day to do it, so listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword EASY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's EASY to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
Did you see the Mike is a cheater story?
No.
So a woman, this is in D.C., and I'm only going to play this because they have NBC4 in D.C., has a reporter, like a man-on-the-street guy named Pat Collins, who's been there forever. I've played stories from him before because his style is just so folksy that he's a treasure, this guy. He's just like an old newspaper TV man, probably a newspaper man that crossed over to TV some years ago. And he's got like a tam o' on and glasses and, you know, like a flannel shirt and a coat. And he goes out talking to people. There's a woman in D.C. who walks out to find her car destroyed. A red SUV, like the full-on Carrie Underwood treatment. It's the windshield is smashed, the tires are slashed, it's destroyed. And on the side is spray painted, Mike is a cheater. Well, it wasn't Mike's side piece's car.
Oops.
It was this woman's car. So she comes out. The girl got the wrong car.
Yeah, see, that happened. There was a car on Sunday night when I went to the Chappelle thing at Romo Fijo. There was a car, and I put it on my Instagram story, and it just said, dumb bitch.
And you hope, I mean, first of all, don't mess with other people's property. Second of all, you got to hope you got the right car. You better really, really hope you got the right car. A woman's car was completely destroyed by somebody else who was very angry with Mike. Her name was Nidra Brantley. It was a red Mitsubishi Outlander. And imagine walking out, you're going to go to work or you're going to go somewhere, and your car is destroyed. The side mirrors were snapped off. All the windows were smashed. And so they sent NBC4 in D.C. sends Pat Collins out there to talk to this lady. And he over-dramatizes everything, and it makes for just a great story.
Get this straight from the start. You're Nidra Brantley, right?
I am.
Is your name Mike?
No, it's not.
And this is Nidra's Mitsubishi car. Have you ever gone...
Mitsubishi car. I like because he's so animated, but he's also kind of half-ass about it. And, he's been doing this so long that they just send him out there to get, like, little kicker stories. And
Mitsubishi car. Somebody named Mike.
I have not.
This is what Nidra's car looked like today. Mike is a cheater. Spray painted all over it. Do you know anybody named Mike?
I do not.
So you can...
Wait a second. You don't know a single Mike?
Everybody knows at least 12 Mikes.
Everybody knows a Mike. I mean, I know a couple. I know Mike Beater. I know Mike...
Paramore.
McIntyre. Mike Paramore. Mike Polk Jr. Mike Polk Sr.
I'm
going to start calling
Mikes.
Corey Roddick Mike just to say I know another Mike.
There's so many Mikes. Mike Farrell.
That's great.
Mike Farrell.
We know a lot of Mikes.
Yeah. She says she doesn't know one?
Mike Melville. I know so many Mikes. I have an Uncle Mike. I have a cousin Mike. There's so many Mikes.
A lot of Mikes.
And there's nobody that doesn't know a Mike.
Could she be the first person?
I think that's impossible.
Mike Toomey.
Mike Toomey.
Chocolate Charlie.
Yeah.
Mike Kowalski, our old sales guy. Man.
Over it. Do you know anybody named Mike?
I do not.
So you can imagine how Nidra felt Sunday morning when she came out and found her car violated, vandalized. Cheater, Mike is a cheater. When you came outside and you saw your car like this, tell me what went through your heart.
Oh my gosh. I screamed. I'm surprised nobody in the neighborhood heard me because I screamed so loud because I didn't expect that this would happen.
It's not just the words, it's the driver's side mirror.
Is he crying?
No, but because it's already off of the car, but it's still connected by the wiring.
Yeah.
So he holds it up and then just drops it. I mean, it's not going to do any more damage to this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That this would happen.
It's not just the words, it's the driver's side mirror. It's the passenger side mirror. So what did the cops say?
It's a case of mistaken identity.
And what do you say?
It's the same thing.
Side windows sprayed here and there and there. It's the windshield. Boom, boom, and boom.
He's reenacting the crime scene. You got to be covered for this, right? Are you covered for comprehensive policy? It covers you for mistaken identity?
Well, if somebody destroys your car, I think you're still covered.
Okay. I mean, insurance companies' business is try to find a way to not pay you out.
Right.
So I don't know what is considered act of God. They go, hey, listen, act of God isn't just weather. Something got inside this woman. Mistaken identity.
What did the insurance company say?
They're taking care of it. I'm very happy. I have USAA.
They cut it right as she's doing like a commercial for somebody. Yeah, USAA. That's the military insurance.
Yeah, that's one for veterans. Take that, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he tries to get on USAA. Oh, I love Pat Collins. It's been a while since we've played any Pat Collins. He's at NBC4 in Washington, D.C., but they just send him out and do these kinds of, and he's so animated. And, oh, my God, Mike's a cheater, pumpkin eater. Look at this lady here.
Like, I can't see this video. To me, that sounded like Trump. So
that
in
guy?
my mind, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that. Maybe it's because I'm looking at
Close
him.
your eyes during his next exciting report. And,
All right. Well, I would certainly never hope for another woman to have her car destroyed in a case of mistaken identity. But if they're going to send Pat Collins out every time, step up, D.C. Start wrecking some cars. Because Pat Collins is on the scene.
And on the prowl. He's going to put on that bathroom cologne and try and hook up with the recently jilted and transportation list, right?
Yes, the recently jilted, after Mrs. Collins walked out on me
With Tom
a couple
Collins.
of years ago. That's right.
Hick.
Mm-hmm.
What cologne you gonna go with? London Gentleman or... Wait. No. Hold on. Blackbeard's Delight.
No. She gets a special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep. It's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
That we did start watching that show. The two of them do a show called The Shrink Next Door. It's a true story by this guy whose shrink takes over his life over the course of 30 years.
What
That's
is that
over.
on?
It's on Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the trailer for that and then never hearing anything about it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many shows now that nothing gets crazy promoted. You just kind of see it. But we just started watching that. So far, so good. I like both of those guys. Let me take a break here. I'll have another $1,000 for you closer to 4:30. Today is your last day. Last few chances for you to get yourself some money. So be listening for each and every one of these keywords. 35192, you want to text for anything, and you can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.